Hi everyone, my name is Charlie, and today I'm just going to talk about my week. Monday, I came into work, as I do most Mondays. The back room was a bit of a shambles. It was full of bags and I had no idea how we were going to get through it, but then both my volunteers that were in on Monday morning just zoomed through the place really, and they just got through it all and cleared the back room and were then brushing up and made it look marvellous, spick and span. And so then we focused on getting the toys out because we had Christmas Fest on Tuesday. And alas, at 4 o'clock someone donated some more bags, which is perfectly fine, but that meant that the floor wasn't clear, and I really didn't want my volunteers' hard work to go to waste. So I ended up staying to near 6 o'clock to finish all the bags that were there, hoping that that would mean on the Tuesday the staff that were in would have the ability to get more winter bags out for Tuesday, which was going to be Christmas Fest. I wasn't getting in until after 12, and then I was staying until we closed at 9, but I was still there at 10, left at 10, got home near 11 because for some reason there was actually traffic on the roads that night, which makes no sense. I only live 20 minutes away. Christmas Fest was fantastic. It was extremely busy, it was extremely festive, there were excitable people all around. Poynton was absolutely rammed full of people, and it was the kind of hectic that we like. I don't think that, again, I would have been able to complete my work on Tuesday had it not been for a volunteer helping me out on the till. And I thought I was getting in her way. She probably thought I was getting in her way. Wednesday came around. Now, Tuesday, I'd had breakfast. I'd had lunch. I had lunch when I got here, 12:30. And then the other folk here thought, well, they'd all go to the chippy for tea. Now, I don't know whether you know this, but I'm on something of the little bit of a healthy eating type thing at the moment. And so when they all went to the chip shop, I said no. Well, that was the wrong decision to make because I didn't eat until the next morning. I got home, as I was saying, at 11 o'clock, and my mother said to me, I'll take you for breakfast in the morning. Well, my mother has a viral infection, so she was still completely zonked out, unconscious. So I ended up making her homemade tomato soup. Then I got her to drink this ginger tea I've had from the Bird and Blend company. You should definitely try it because I just threw that at her by the gallon. And then my dad kept going on about the fact that we wouldn't have shopping because my mother was not going. I was like, well, she's basically a walking zombie at this point. Walking dead zombie, I don't know. Either way, I then ended up going to the supermarket on my own and I found a little decent trick to making Charlie look younger is to shave. And basically, if people think you are younger than you are, well, they either thought I was young or in desperate need of help. I'm going with young. Because they ended up helping me more. I'm just talking about the till and making sure they, packed it in the way that I was hoping to pack it. I feel like you can definitely tell who's a mother by the way they help people who might clearly be struggling to get everything from his £125 shop for a family of 5 into different bags. Then I took all that home, and then I cooked them all a roast dinner. And then Thursday came around, and I was meeting Joy. I already talked about this in a video. After going back and checking, I have actually mentioned some of these things before, but not gone into full depth. So I feel like this is perfectly okay to talk about. Anyway, after Wednesday, after the roast dinner, after missing Margaret Holbrook's open mic at the Petersgate Tap in Stockport, Thursday came around. I went to meet Joy because we were going to be talking about The Secret Book because Joy has very kindly read it, as has Margaret, as has my good friend Lindsay. Joy said that this was the best thing I've ever written. After that, I went to Age UK in Macclesfield because I was going to ask them to put up some flyers for me because this coming Monday the writers group has the event that we do annually at the King Edward Street Chapel in Macclesfield, of which for some reason this year I seem to have organised more than I ever organised before, and I still have to find punch. I've got flasks, I've got all this stuff to do in 2 days, and I still haven't actually finished what I'm working on for the night, and it's just started raining. I feel like this emphasises the things not going to plan thing I mentioned in my other video. I also think that it's a big life type thing. Life is one to come around and just give you experiences and show you that you are actually capable of doing stuff. And it's at times like these that I actually remember that last year, in the midst of so much overtime, I'm not allowed to do overtime anymore, that I finished a book. I went and did events for a book, I edited a book, and I publicised a book. I still made my YouTube videos. I read the most books that I've ever read in about 5 years, and this year has not had that much going on in it. I completed a book. Yes, I did do that. I wrote a 60,000 word novel. I've written another 30,000 words of another novel, so we're at 90,000 words for the year so far. Yes, I can average about 100,000 words a year. Other people do better. I know, we don't need to chat about it. And I've still managed to read 70 plus books. It's not as much as last year, but that's the issue, is I think that this YouTube environment causes me to look back a lot and think, well, you did this last year, but you haven't done this. And whilst I am a person who always recommends living in the present and not looking back because, you know, we can't change these things, they've happened, I feel like we can look at them and figure out how to use what we did then and who we were as a person to influence the way we're doing things today. And I feel as though I'm more relaxed, but I also question whether being relaxed isn't also being lazy. And I wonder, am I supposed to feel like I'm on it all the time? Because last year I feel as though every time I stopped, I became run down and poorly. And obviously not as poorly as the people who I had to cover for at the shop. I had a fair few colds last year. I had the worst cold I'd had in years. It got straight on my chest. I made a video whilst an epileptic dog was sat at my feet just to publicise my own bloody book and say that it was out. And this year, I just don't have the drive in me at all to bring a book out, to even consider the possibility of trying to bring it out next year. And I feel somewhat ashamed because I haven't done that. And it's not Doris 3, and I feel like I was doing this great thing of bringing out a book every 2 years. And I feel like December is the worst time for causing people to reflect. Because you just start thinking about all the stuff that you haven't done that you could have done. I think that I'm looking at the achievements of writers around me and thinking that I personally could be doing something similar if I would just knuckle down. But on the other hand, I want this time, and I've talked about the disappointment of book 2 and feeling disheartened and not wanting to do events anymore. And yeah, I am not as busy as people who are a lot older than me, who have been in this business for years, and this is what they want to do. And I feel like if you want to do something, you need to actually be striving to actually get that goal, and I don't feel like I'm doing that at the moment. And yes, I understand I'm the only person who can make this change, and yes, I understand it isn't nice to constantly be coming to my channel and seeing me whinging about stuff. Alas, I'm not sorry about it. I just like rambling at my camera. Anyway, I think I am going to go and let this cat in, who isn't supposed to be in, but it's pouring down with rain, and she's been hidden under a skip, she's been hiding in bushes. I think it's only fair, isn't it? Anyway, if you'd like to talk about anything I've talked about within this video, please feel free to do so in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, that is all. Go.